In Season 3 of the Cuphead Show, whilst we didn't get a wide variety of bosses in this installment, there was one thing that we did get a lot of, and that was the personal screen time with the devil. Throughout Season 1 and 2 of the show, he'd always been present and had been the main villain, but he'd often appear at the start and the end of the season, tying into the overarching narrative. This time round though, there were pulses of his inclusion throughout, and there were some real standout moments that showed us why this character is so good. So with that, I thought I'd share what I thought his best moments in Season 3 were, and explain why that was. So let's get into it. Here is the devil's best moments in the Cuphead Show Season 3. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. The devil does differ from the Cuphead game slightly. In the show, his colorization is a little less darker and his form looks a little more friendly, a deliberate design. We only get a true reflection of the original design of the character on his paintings in Hell, or when he gets extremely angry and rages to an over-the-top level. The devil in his own right is relatively camp and flamboyant in his nature, and I thought that it was the perfect way for the character to be. If he was constantly aggressive and lived up to what we thought a devil was, we wouldn't be able to absorb the humor and personality that he holds. The devil is Santa. One moment that stood out for me in Season 3 of the show was when the devil got his own special episode that was centered around Christmas. In this episode, we got to learn a lot about the devil. We saw that within himself, despite being evil on the outside, he wanted to be on the nice list and get the present that he always wanted. He even stated how getting a present is different to getting something for yourself, showing that he often doesn't get much and how it was one of the only times that he actually wanted to receive a gift from somebody. The journey that he went on of turning nice, turning into Santa, having to be kind to Cuphead in order for him to transform back into his true self was great to watch, and it enabled us to see the character in a different light. It was extremely humorous at the end as well, where we saw that he didn't even get the choo-choo that he so desperately wanted, summing up his true nature. I was a fan of seeing the devil this way, a way that we'd never seen him before, and getting 30 minutes that focused just on him definitely helped. The devil is a cat. In episode 4 of Season 3, we saw the devil get hit by Elder Kettle. After being hit, we saw him embody the persona of a cat, where he was in disguise waiting for Cuphead to arrive so he could claim his soul. It was in this moment where we saw that he actually enjoyed being in the form of a cat and appreciated Elder Kettle looking after him. We saw a softer side to him again, where he was even questioning why he was acting like that and letting his main intention slide, but it was because he was so distracted living life blissfully as a cat. These were silly moments that leaned into the devil's softer side. The devil performing. In episode 3 of the show, we saw 2 occasions of the devil performing. One was when he was in Hell in front of his minions, and the other was as part of an audition in front of Sally's stage play. The passion and humor that the devil had in this situation was extremely over the top and funny. You could sense that it was something that he truly wanted, but the fact that Cuphead was jeopardizing his performance made it all the more better due to his reaction. We actually got some moments where the pair of them stood alongside each other and were amicable towards each other in this episode, which was a shock and a surprise to see, something that I quite liked. The Devil and Henchman. These 2 characters paired together have the perfect relationship. They're just as soft as each other, and it genuinely feels as though Henchman can get away with a lot around the devil, more so than many others that he works with and spends time with. The care that they have is apparent, especially when Henchman built the devil his own choo-choo. When they're on screen together, I find myself laughing out loud, and this time round we got to see them as a pair far more. When they're on screen together, I find myself laughing out loud, and this time round we got to see them as a pair more so than the previous seasons, where it felt like Henchman didn't get that much screen time. In this season of the show, I really feel we got to see a different side to the devil, a more personal side where we understood his motives and intentions in a completely different way. His soft-spoken nature paired with his utter rage when he transforms and emits flames are 2 different sides to the character, but 2 sides that complement each other nicely because they're so different. I really do hope that we get to see a 4th season of the show, even though the ending of the 3rd did set the narrative up for the game. If we don't get another installment, then we know that we did get an iconic villain for a short period of time on our screens. So, there you have it, the devil's best moments in the Cuphead Show Season 3. If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @BrainPilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What did you think of The Devil in Season 3? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.